looking forward to talking to you about your questions and your dilemmas and your problems, and let's get them resolved. Now we have Keith listening in Louisiana, and you have a good question, Keith. Go ahead.
Yeah, David, I was reading a scripture, and I remember that your dad had always said that God doesn't speak like in a verbal, audible voice. He speaks in an intuitive way. And I was reading the Bible, and then there's a section in the Bible where it talks about he had his 3 disciples, and he went up to the high mountain, and he was shown, his face shone like light, and it says in there he was speaking to Elijah and Moses, and I don't know if it was Ezekiel, but there was another prophet. And I just thought to myself, if your dad said, and I understand the light part because I've meditated and I've seen the light, but I was just a little confused as to, and then there was a cloud that overshadowed them and said, listen to him, whatever he's saying, listen to him. So I guess my question is if God doesn't speak in an audible way, then what was that all about? Well,
that's really, it's simple. It's very elementary, my friend. Remember that when you're talking about Jesus, you're talking about what we consider to be God's Son. Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world.
Right.
So Jesus was an extraordinary person on every level. Extraordinary. So whatever experiences that he had are not necessarily comparable to the experiences of an ordinary human. My experience is that God works in mysterious ways. That's what I always tell my wife and kids. God works in mysterious ways. And so I could give you some examples of how God reveals himself to people who are sort of listening or watching. It happens all the time to me. And it verifies my direction in life.